Oh, oh, help me. Help me, Peanut. Help me. Oh, so depressed, so down right now. Yesterday, when I was young, the taste of life was sweet, like rain upon my tongue. I teased at life as if it were a foolish game, the way an evening breeze would tease a candle flame. Oh, there are so many songs in me that won't be sung, 'cause I feel the bitter taste of tears upon my tongue. And the time has come for me to pay for yesterday, when I was young. I'm sorry, folks. I love that song. It has so much meaning. And now that I'm older, in my 60s now, yesterday when I was young. Yeah, it does seem like just yesterday. Folks, I'm in a bit of a down mood. Call the hotline. Matt Street is down. Help me make it through the night. No, I'm okay, folks. I'm just a little down. Something happened recently that just bummed me out, okay? Now, we all get old, folks. I know. The cycle of life, the circle of life. I don't feel 63. I still feel like that same young guy who was digging these guys all those years ago when I was a little kid. Mom and Dad buy me the records. If you saw my last video, I did a nice, I thought, tribute to Mom and Dad and Meet the Beatles. Go see my last video. I appreciate it. And, but geez, I don't know where the years have gone. And Dad, God bless him, passed this past March, 93 and a half years old, had a great life. A fruitful life, but you know, Dad never smoked. He drank in moderation. Up until his late 80s, he went to the gym and worked out like 4 to 5 times a week, go get his little workout in, the best that he could do. The man was active. The man had a good outlook on life. But you know, folks, despite all that, we can't compete with biology. We can't compete with nature. We can't compete with physiology, human physiology. It's going to catch up to all of us. You know, for 63, I feel pretty spry right now. I can jump around like a lunatic and be a little nutty and all that. But I know that eventually it's going to catch up with me. And physically, as much as my spirit will be there, the body's going to let me down. The organs, the internal organs are going to let me down. It's going to happen to all of us. Why am I talking health and doom and gloom and all this, folks? Well, it's because it has to do with the favorite musical artists we love, folks. They're aging out, too. It just hit me that they're aging out. I know, Matt, you should have known this a long time ago. I know. But all the artists I love from the 50s, they're all gone now. A few years ago, it was Chuck Berry and Little Richard that passed within the last 10 years or so. And up until recently, we had the final two, which was Fats Domino, and Jerry Lee Lewis. And they're now gone within the last 4 or 5 years. 60s artists, a lot of our favorites from the 60s, long gone. Long, long gone. And many of them are aging out now. They're in their, if they're not in their late 70s, they're in their 80s now, folks. And within the next 10 years or so, most of them are going to be gone, including our beloved Ringo and Paul, unfortunately. 82 years old and 84 years old. 6 more years, Ringo will be 90. God bless him. I hope he makes it to them. But 90's a lot of years, folks. 8 years, Paul will be there. You hope they make it. But biology's going to catch up to them, too. It's just going to happen. Now, why am I talking about all this? Because this is a Mad Matt, kind of Mad Matt, but I'm also subtitling it Sad Matt Rant. You know, my Mad Matt series, I have like 4 videos. Please go check out my Mad Matt series. Well, this is going in my Mad Matt series, but it's a Sad Matt too. Because, folks, I realize that because our favorite artists from the 50s are gone, 60s and 70s and 80s are aging out. I just went to see Rick Springfield with my wife not too long ago. She's a Rick Springfield fan. And I like his music too, many of his albums. He's 75 years old, and God bless him, he still had it, folks. He was singing great. He was jumping around great. I posted a video not too long ago of the show we went to. Go check it out, of Rick singing. He's still got it, you know, but he's 75. He's one of the few that can hold it together into his mid-70s like that. Most of the other artists that we know and love that are still out there and around, they've lost some of it, folks. Let's be honest. And I'm not here to put people down, but they're losing it. They're losing it quickly. Some of my favorite artists, like even Cheap Trick, Robin Zander, God bless him. He's had that powerful rock and roll voice for most of his career, but even Robin is now starting to show signs of faltering a bit, a tad. It's starting, and he's 72. I think he's 72 now, but I believe 71. Yeah, 71 going on 72. He's getting up there. You know, a lot of the artists I love from the 80s, they're getting up there. You know, the artists I love from the 90s, they're all in their 50s now, you know, reaching towards 60, you know. Why am I saying this, folks? Because what is left? How can we enjoy the artists we love? If you don't see them soon, many of them, it's too late, but if you don't see them soon, they're going to be gone. Look at artists like Foreigner. Can you really ever see Foreigner again? Not really. There's no original members left in the band, folks. Pretty much like a tribute band. A lot of other groups out there like that too, folks. We saw the Lovin' Spoonful not too long ago. It wasn't your mom and dad's Lovin' Spoonful, folks. I can tell you that much. They had one original member left. God bless him. It was the bass player. You know, I don't want to disparage people now, but the man is elderly now, folks. The one original member, it wasn't John Sebastian, you know. So what I'm saying is, folks, is you go to, we want to hang on to the music we loved in our younger days, but it's aging out on us. So what is left? Tribute bands. And this is Matt's, Mad Matt, Sad Matt tribute band dilemma video. And I'll be out of here shortly, folks, but I want to tell you something. We go to see tribute artists to bring back that spark, to bring back that feeling, that spirit again of our favorite artists. It started in the late 70s when the Beatles broke up in 1970. And what was the big thing? What was the big cultural phenomenon in the late 70s? Beatlemania. That there was this group of people put together that could recreate the sound and the magic of the Beatles' music. And it was also in the late 70s, after Elvis passed, that we started seeing Elvis tribute artists, Elvis impersonators. Those are the first two I think I can remember that really got popular in the late 70s coming into the early 80s. But folks, now in 2024, it has absolutely exploded. You can see tribute. You name an artist out there and you can pretty much find a tribute artist or band for them. I'm talking everybody. I've seen Carpenter's tributes. I've seen John Denver tributes. I've seen Queen tributes. I've seen ABBA tributes. Obviously, many Beatles tributes I've seen. Elvis tributes. I've seen several Elvis tributes. There's even a place not far from me that kind of features tribute acts at this venue, and they do pretty well because people want that magic. Even current artists like Taylor Swift have a tribute. If you want to see a Whitney Houston tribute, rest in peace, Whitney, there's a tribute. You want to see a Michael Jackson tribute, there's a tribute. Van Halen, there's a tribute. Kiss, many tributes. Folks, what I'm saying is it's the only way to see the artists we love because they're aging out. And in many cases, it's the only way to experience their music live anymore is through these tribute artists. So here's my big beef, though, folks, is because the tribute artists are hit and miss. They are hit and miss big time, folks. Sometimes you go to their website and to see what they're all about, and obviously they're going to have the best promotional material, the best video clips of them at their best, you know, at their brightest. And you see some of them and you go, oh my goodness. Wow, that is one heck of a tribute. Ooh, I got to see it. Ooh, we love that artist. Me and Mr. Street will love that. We got to go. Well, folks, I'm a little down today because I saw one recently that just put me over the edge a little bit and depressed me, folks. I'm not going to name who the artist was this man was impersonating or the group. I won't say if it was a group or a man or what it was, individual artists or more. But it was an artist that me and my wife enjoy. And I went to the site. I saw there was an announcement for this tribute artist coming to a local venue. And I said, oh my goodness, Mrs. Street likes that artist. I like that artist. Wow, this looks good. Let me go check out the website. The clips were phenomenal, folks. I mean, I saw these clips of this artist and I said, oh my goodness, that's like the best I've seen of like the real thing. That's the best. That's the best look, because some of them try to do the look of the artist, some don't, but they try to do the sound at least, but some do the look as well as the sound, back and forth. This artist had the looks down, the sound, the feeling, the vibe, the presentation. I said, boom, getting tickets. And tickets aren't cheap nowadays, folks, even for tribute artists. You're paying as much for a tribute artist now as you would have paid for the real artist in their heyday only 20 or so years ago. You know what I'm saying? So you're paying some good money to see a tribute artist of your favorite artist. So we go, folks. And folks, right off the bat, when I'll say the artist walked out, the images and video portrayed at the promotional site, their website, had to be 20 years old or something, because I'm like, whoa. And I'll say an individual, okay, looks like old. In the promotional material, one of the people I will say looked like the artist, but 20 years ago. And so now this person looked like, based on what I could see from the appearance, because I'm 63. You could tell looking at me, my wrinkles, and I'm getting the old man's neck here and all that stuff. You can tell when someone's in their 50s or in their early 60s. This guy was up near my age, if not my age, okay? Had a kind of a bad wig on, all right? The appearance wasn't there, not what I saw in the promotional material. And the other thing that bugged me is I'm paying for a tribute artist, which was a full band, and it was just one person and a guitar. And I'm like, wait a minute. This was advertised as being a big tribute celebration. Where's the drums? Where's the percussion at least? Or the keyboards? Or the bass? Or the brass? Or is there going to be any string quartet? Or is there going to be a second guitarist or background singers or what? No. There was a stool, the mic, and some modest decorations on the stage, and that was it. So right there, I'm like, no, that seems kind of sparse. Artist comes out and starts performing. And folks, like I said, the appearance wasn't there. This person was aging out, man, big time, looking a little as old as Matthew Street. And the voice just wasn't what was in the promotional material. Couldn't hit many of the notes, was flat in areas. It was like cringe-worthy uncomfortable. And I could feel it in the audience. We were close to the front, and I was like, how you grit your teeth, you go, ooh. They hit the bad note, or they're not playing, wasn't playing the guitar exactly right like the original artist, wasn't hitting the notes exactly right, a little bit cringy. You get nervous for them, like embarrassed for them almost. And I could just sense it in the audience that, some of the audience who maybe don't know better or just trying to be polite were clapping and trying to get into it a little bit, trying to sing along and stuff. But for the money we paid to get one single individual with one instrument, not hitting the notes vocally, not hitting all the guitar parts right, it was rough, folks. To the point that a couple in front of us got up before the first set ended, and like you could tell, they kind of slithered out. And I sensed it right away. I said, oh, they're not coming back. They're not both going to the bathroom to powder their nose at the same time. They're out of here. And they left, and they were gone. They never came back. Folks, it got to the point it was so bad. At the intermission, I go to Mrs. Street, but I didn't want to say it with everyone around. I go, oh, I got to go to the men's room. You need to go to the bathroom? Let's go to the bathroom. She goes, no. Tip of Mrs. Street. She goes, no, I'm all set. I'll just wait here. I'll wait here for you to come back. And I kind of had a nudge her, and I whispered in her, I go, no, come on, we're going. She finally got the hint, and she gathered up her stuff and came out with me. And as I'm walking up the aisle, I'm smiling like, Yeah, I'm just going to the bathroom, you know, because it was an intermission, so people going to get drinks and bath. We got to the door, and we kept going out the front door, folks. And she goes, oh, my God, you really wanted to leave? And I go, yeah. I go, and I explained it to her, and she goes, you know, I kind of thought they were a little flat, you know, singing. I said, but she said it was okay, though. I said, yeah, it was okay. It was a night out for us. We had dinner and went to see, you know, some songs, half a show anyway. I says, but I told her, I said, hon, I know this artist so well. I says, I couldn't take the vocal miscues. I couldn't take the poor guitar playing. I don't know if this person didn't prepare. I don't know if they didn't care. I don't know what it was, folks, but it was off, way off. And it just made me sad because I'm thinking all this money I spent, like I think it was close to $100 for the 2 tickets for me and Mrs. Street. You know, it was a night out. We had dinner and everything, like I said, but I was like, what, you know, what a crapshoot that you can't rely on the promotional material of this artist because they're going to put their best foot forward. They're going to put the best presentation forward to get you to come to their show or follow them. And so it was older material when this person was younger, when they looked more like the artist. Now they don't. They're old like me now. Their voice is gone a little bit, and they weren't hitting the instrumentation parts like they should. And it's very cringy. When you want, when you want, for example, a Beatles tribute artist, okay, a Beatles tribute. When you go to see a Beatles tribute, they don't have to look exactly like the Beatles, okay? But they better damn sure have the music down. They better sound good. They better have the instrumentation. They better have the vocals and the harmonies down, or you're just going to cringe. And I'm sure you can all relate to this. Times you've cringed seeing Beatle tributes and they just didn't have it. Well, this was like that, folks. It wasn't a Beatles tribute. It was another artist. But it was like, oh, my goodness, we're out of here. And it just, like I said, folks, I just wanted to come here and talk to you about it, rant a little bit. I call it my Mad Matt, Sad Matt, because it's kind of in the middle. I'm not getting too worked up over it. I just feel more sadness. Like, you know, when we were younger, the younger days, when you could see the original artist in their prime that you love. Well, we can't do that anymore because many of them are gone or they're just too old. They're not in their prime anymore. So what do we got left if they're not around? Tribute artists. And you can't even rely on the tribute artist. You know, you hope you get a good recommendation to go see a great one. I've seen some really great tributes that really, wow, brought me right into the moment and the spirit of the music. But like this last one we just went to not long ago, folks, it just bummed me out because it just was sad and it wasn't there. And it just broke my heart to see this. So, folks, I'm rambling on about it, but I just wanted to get a video out to you and talk about this and see what you think about tribute artists and the sadness of seeing the original artists that we love leave us slowly but surely. Or if they are still here, they just don't have it anymore. And it's sad. It's sad. I know life goes on, folks. The circle of life. Nothing ever stays the same. You can never go home again. All those phrases and cliches, but it just makes me sad, you know? So I just wanted to come and talk to you about it. So, folks, that's it. Mad Matt, Sad Matt, tribute artist dilemma. I'm sure we've all faced it. I love you all. I'll be back real soon for my Beatles 64 review once Friday comes and goes. Thank you. Bye-bye.